Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us for the first Monkeypox Tally session. So let's get started. This session will be very short and brief, and we'll just give everyone an overview of where we stand in this outbreak as of July 15th, 2022. So the monkeypox outbreak started about 2 months ago in the UK and Spain, where the first case was detected on May 1st in the UK, and later on, Spain also picked up a few cases. As of today, we have over 12,000 cases worldwide, and as you can see in this chart below, cases started slowly ramping up, and just recently, just pretty much growing exponentially, almost exponentially, to 12,500 cases as of today. Um, so this chart below shows you the daily cases recorded since the outbreak started. And as you can see, every single week, we keep on getting more and more cases, and it's getting disturbing. And we get to a point that we're almost recording 1,000 cases a day in certain days. So today we are already recorded 631 cases, and we're still yet to hear from the USA, France, Canada, and potentially Brazil that they might be reporting later on. This table below shows you all the countries that reported a first monkeypox case outside the epicenter. So we have 65 countries reporting their first case. In the first place, we have Spain, which recorded today 379 cases for a total of 3,050 cases. Germany and UK are pretty much fighting for the second place, which they're pretty much tied at almost 1,900 cases. And then we have the USA right behind them with 1,470 cases. USA is a very unique country to discuss because 3 weeks ago, the US had barely 200 cases, and all of a sudden, cases started shooting up. In late June, as you can see in this chart, we had about 200 to 250 cases. And look what happened the last 2 weeks. Everything just exploded. And the reason we're getting this explosion, the major reason is because the US is ramping up their testing capacity. And we anticipate by the end of this month that the US will be able to test over 70,000 uh, 70,000 tests a week, which is quite substantial compared to other countries. So expect USA numbers to rise pretty substantially in the coming weeks. And let's see where that takes us. Thankfully, nobody died as of yet. Outside the epicenter countries, which is great news. But we have to be very cautious about it because right now, 98 to 99% of the cases are among men in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And the mortality rate in that age group is extremely low, almost at zero. But if that slips to infants, children, pregnant women, or elderly, that mortality rate is much, much higher, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. And the WHO is to meet again on July 21st to discuss if this outbreak meets the public health emergency of international concern criteria. And I personally hope that they declare that as a public health emergency because they met 3 weeks ago and they decided not to declare it as a public emergency when we had only 4,000 cases. And by the time they'll meet, will be around 15,000 cases. And it's almost quadruple the amount of cases. And if they declare that as a public health emergency of an international concern, it will cause more awareness around the world. People, keep a closer eye on it. Try to do anything possible to contain this virus. Follow the guidelines, rules. Thankfully, this is not COVID-19. there's vaccinations, there's antiviral pills against this virus. So hopefully those measures will help us block this from exploding it further. But we have to make sure the WHO do the right thing next week and declare it as a public health emergency of international concern. So this is it for today. You can follow us on Twitter under Monkeypox Tally, and please leave your comment, questions, or any concerns you have below, and please subscribe to us. Thank you very much, and see you soon.